Hey, what's up guys, I'm back in the video. Today we are going to do something different. As you guys know, on the 19th, I'm pretty sure, was this channel's official, recognized by YouTube's 1-year anniversary. And this, I consider, and I said I'm going to be doing it over 3 days. My actual celebration. It was over a couple of days, over a month actually. And this is the second one. And today we are going to be looking at the AbandonedCraft server. Because if you guys don't know, if you guys watched my first video, which is a welcome to my channel, you would see that the clips that I recorded for that video were the first ones I ever recorded on a PC. I've recorded other videos on my PlayStation and all that, but that doesn't really count. But also, that was my first ever video, of all. And it was on a Minecraft server that I used to own, and a little bit of drama went down on it, and you guys probably actually been hearing about a lot on the past couple of episodes of AbandonedCraft. I don't know if we're at 2 or 3 right now, but as we're recording this, number 2 has gone into the waiting stage into being uploaded by YouTube. But let's join. Hopefully, if everything's gone correctly, there shouldn't be any problems, and we are here. First, let's go into game mode, spectator. So if you guys have ever watched one of the earlier versions of this series, you would know that there was AbandonedCraft Season 1. And there was a short period of time where that series was over, and the next one started as the person who lived here went to the end, defeated everything, got this stuff, and basically cheated their way through the end of the game without any of my permission. So that's why this series was ended. But let's take a little tour, because I know actually some people on this server would really like to see it. Well, first, we have Sophia's base, which is also Daniel's base. And I remember her coming on after the server was closed and was quite upset because she didn't get any photos. Or didn't get any photos to say, but she didn't get any good photos. And if you watched one of the last episode of the first season, you would know that me and Daniel were working down here, and boy, with the 1.17 blocks, this would be so much better. Because I would make it all moss block and everything. And as we continue, you'd see this tree area. Well, this used to be the original location of my first base that I was going to plan to build. It ended up not doing well because I went in with it without any preparation. And there's been no build ever since that I have not had some type of preparation for the build. Even just a layout on the server, instead of just going straight for it. Next, we will find our house, even though it really was only supposed to be a blacksmith. Then I was supposed to make this whole area into a village. And what do these signs say? How you dig? Oh, this was Sophia, who was upset. And this is the stuff I owned. I think I may have a little more stuff down here. I was poor freak. But if we go down here, I'm pretty sure we get to our mines, which I don't think I ever completed. I did start working on them, though. I do remember that. Let's see if I have anything in these places. But no, I don't. But if we continue looking down here, this is around the area that I found my first diamonds. I do remember that. And that's really interesting to me. Now let's head back up to the surface, and let's look over here. Some of you guys may not know what this is, but this was supposed to be my house on the top layer and a general store down below. I was sort of inspired by the barge, but not. I didn't want to have a barge to say, or like something on those terms. I just wanted a house and a shop connected to it. Now we continue over to Cade's house, who coincidentally lived right next to us in season 2 of AbandonedCraft, which I'm gonna show you guys because you guys haven't seen that in a year. You guys haven't, well, not a year. You haven't seen it in about 2 months. At least a month from the first episode of when the season ended. So that was, and you guys haven't seen it in completed form to the max potential. But this is Cade's house, which leads us to our community enchanting table, which would have been in the very next episode of AbandonedCraft if that had not happened over there. And here is Sammer's house. You may know him if you guys don't pay attention to what I'm talking. You'd know him as Mr. Polo, I think. And that's really all I have to show, besides our mob grinder, which really never worked. But I'm gonna move on to the second. I'm gonna move on to our second season, and we're gonna do a little more in depth for that because we never got a chance to really expand this server past these buildings. That other one, people spread out. We weren't literally inside. I'm gonna say maybe 300 block radius, 200 if I'm being lucky. Oh, before I forgot to show this. This over here was our forest, and I basically chopped the whole thing down with this little bridge that I actually really liked. And I was planning on making a village over here, better than that one. I was sort of supposed to make this a whole dense area, and also right here was Sammer's house. But besides that, I'm gonna take a couple photos for the people on the server, and I'll be back with season 2. And we are here in AbandonedCraft season 2. You guys never have seen this area to its completed thing. I do not believe. Because I think the last time you saw it, this was all here. That was not that. It was barely noticeable when this showed up. Barely at all. But let's move down from this obvious eyesore and move down to here, which we have our courthouse and our president's place. And the courthouse was built just for the Mr. Mars Monkey trial, which never ended up happening, as people were never able to get on. The one time we were planning on having it, his internet went out. Then no one else really. And then Anime God got really, because Anime God at the time had options to go to the thing. Got really excited about Project E, which I've already told you my opinions on, and started Project E, but on this server, and I sort of told it to go screw itself, basically. But if we move over here to our old base, not our new base, I almost said new base, that would have been very much wrong, we would find our jungle base, which I never got around to naming. And I honestly do like not having a name for it, because it gives me my creative liberty of just calling it my original base, not the blah 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 blah. But in the last episode that you guys saw from here, you'd see that I made this, which the farm actually came out to be working, but never ever worked because it was always broke. It was always far away from everyone else. But also, if we look down here, you would see a couple screwed up projects in our iron farm, which to this day is not full, but that was to be expected. And again, here is our... What actually happened here? I think I put... Oh, this happened from the thing. But here is our mine, which... I actually did this one day when I was on Zoom, and I was just tired of whatever the hell we were doing in class. And over here, we have our slime farm, which, despite being out of render distance for most people, it did very damn well. And let's now move over to our next area, which is Daniel and Sophia's base, which is right over here. And a whole massive sheet of ice just over the world. Just blah, like, ugh. And here is our base with her base, which actually looked pretty nice. That was my head when I changed over to being the law person. And, I mean the judge. But here, this is my first shop. First of the many shops that never made profit. And here is Daniel's village that was supposed to become a village, but it never ended up going anywhere. As if you guys had watched my live stream from a couple months ago, I don't know if anyone even was active. You would see me preparizing for that, but it never really worked out because I was always busy on the CRISPR-10 SMP on my live streams, which I've mainly not done anymore. But let's move on to Mr. Mars Monkey's base. Oh, okay, so I went through my portal, and I came out here. I totally forgot to show you Cade's base. And this is Cade's base, who lived right across the sea from me. And this is what his base really was. It was actually pretty nice, not gonna lie. It just, he never really got time to finish it. Plus also, I think he was he was trying to go for a design, but he mostly used cobblestone, so I would have helped him. But yeah. And over here is our, is Sammer and Mr. Mars Monkey's first base. But they never got to using. But I'm gonna head over to Mr. Mars Monkey's base. Because the portals, I didn't just came out new. So it was not the same nether portal thingy. So I need to fly there individually. Coming over here, we will see CRISPR-10's house, who never really got anywhere. And he came on a couple of times, but besides that, not a lot. This was his area. He lived up here. But also, cool thing, when he made this banner, people who watched my Twitch streams would recognize this as basically the, fuck, what was it called? This, well, my village's flag, just with a dot in the middle, which I found very interesting, and the blue on the, out in the cross, I mean, the yellow in the cross and the blue in the X. But I found that very interesting. But if we go over here, we'll find Mr. Mars Monkey's base. Yeah, he did this. He turned his whole area to fire. And this is Sammer's house. And this is Mr. Mars Monkey's build. Well, redstone. Now, he did all of this in creative and spawned it in, and that's why he's got charged with all of this crap. But he is not in trouble anyway, because it doesn't really matter, considering it was honestly, it was sort of interesting having that going on for almost the whole season. But now let's head over to my base. Let's hope this works. Yay, it does. So this, you guys never seen this before. This is Sophia's new and Daniel's new base after they moved out here to get away from Mr. Mars Monkey. And this is all their stuff. And down here is her basement. And down here is her dungeon where Daniel lived. But he got out, so that was very, very bad. I say that like it's funny, which it is. But this over here is our tree farm, which was really close to actually being published on YouTube, but I never got around to doing it. This is Mr. Frosty's base. You might be wondering, who the hell is Mr. Frosty? Well, he's one of the newer players on the server, and I don't think he's actually been on for a while now. So yeah. But this is his base, and him and Hamzen, which is one of his friends, both played and lived in this house. Over here, we have my stuff, which makes up this really cool furnace. All these shulker boxes, which I got legit. And this building, which I started working on, which was supposed to be a sort of a trading house hut. And actually, I may actually work on this on a separate world and maybe put it into the AbandonedCraft series, which actually may be really cool with the third season. And finally, we have one more thing to show you, and it's this. It's Zenek's base, which I was supposed to build but never got around to finishing it. I did do this all in World Editor, so don't roast me. It was something near the end of the season, I really didn't care anymore. But, because I was expecting 1.17 to come out real soon. But that's going to be the end of the video. Let me go into game mode creative. That's the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. And let me, just say one thing. I really do enjoy you guys, coming to watch my videos. Hopefully there's gonna be a couple videos in the next coming up days, because I am going to Alaska. Maybe I'll do a video about going to Alaska. But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.